Welcome to Social Realities with Dr. Med. Let's get it cracking. I want to talk more about colorism, and I think I'm going to sit on this for a minute and talk about issues that we have within our Black community. I did a video around Love and Hip Hop Miami and the episode that was previously aired the week of January 20th, and I had some things to say about Flo's response, her visceral response to Amara, and some of the things that she was insinuating. I had the chance to watch some people afterwards make commentaries from the cast about whether Flo was right or wrong. And while their opinions definitely are that, their opinions invaluable, I want us to think about this a little deeper. Colorism comes from white supremacy. And the notion of colorism is that any thought, word, or deed that has a desire to be closer to whiteness, the notion of whiteness, and that's beauty, that's education, that's all those kinds of things. The proximity, we call it a proximity to whiteness, is a challenge and a problem that needs to be eradicated in the Black community, and not just the Black community. There isn't a community in the world that hasn't been affected by colorism. Asia's one of the largest bleaching cream markets in the world, next to Africa and the Caribbean. So the notion of wanting to be closer to whiteness is really implicit and explicit in our culture. And so when Flo was making those statements, while her intent may have not been to be colorist, the statement was colorist. Okay. This is coming from someone with a PhD who studied the work. The same way that, and I hope the same way that, you refer to a hairstylist who is telling you how to color your hair, or to a doctor who is giving you a prescription to feel better or giving you results of a test, that you respect the same thing with people who've studied this work. And what I'm saying is that I don't know if Flo is colorist. What I do know is what she said was problematic. What she said was colorist. And there's no one that can convince me otherwise. And if you were to ask any other person who studies history, culture in this country, they will say that particular statement around race and ethnicity was colorist. And so I encourage us to be honest about the conversations. It doesn't mean you don't like Flo. It doesn't mean Flo is a colorist, because like I said, to call someone something means you have to have evidence. And beyond just this one episode, I haven't seen anything else. So until I see more receipts, then I will just reserve it to say she made a colorist statement. Now, if I go online and she's talking about babies being yellow, or light skin, and she, Amara did say that she had bleaching cream in her products. If that's the case, then I'm going to start thinking sideways, because I know about the history of the Caribbean and notions of color and complexion, and how insidious it is in the culture, as well as here in the United States. So remember, some of us out here doing the work, we actually studied and did research, and we worked hard to know what we're talking about. And we're not discrediting what you're saying, but an individual opinion is very different than the ability for someone as an individual to make policy, practice, and manifest things that are counter to Black culture. So your opinions are okay, but I encourage people to listen to those people who have studied the work and understand how it works, so we can have a deeper conversation about how to eradicate some of this hate in our community. Like and subscribe. Hope you like this video. I got more coming. This is Social Realities with Dr. Med. Deuces.